What's up, ladies and gents? Hope you all are doing good. Hope you all are well. So, this is going to be the MSNR key levels, also known as Malaysian SNR. Basically, is like support and resistance zones, but instead of it being a zone, it's literally like a level. It's just like a line, like this, just like a line like this, right? So MSNR, or I'm just gonna say Malaysian SNR, that is also a strategy on its own. Just like how I explained, like turtle soup is also a strategy on its own. However, what I did was I combined some of these concepts and I brought it in to my CRT model. So what does basically do? It brings like high probability trades, and yeah, that is what they're there for. They bring high probability trades. So these key levels doesn't tell you when to buy or sell, no. So just get it straight. So I'm gonna take a note of it also. This doesn't tell you when to buy and sell. This is just there that if the market comes to that level, to that key level, and it gives you a CRT on that key level, then it is a high probability. So I'm not gonna go in too much depth with regards to MSNR because you're gonna get confused. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna explain just the basics of it. Yeah, the basics that we basically need in order to make use of it. So firstly, what you have in MSNR key levels is you have something like this. All right, you will have a A-shape key level, and you will also have a V-shape key level. So what this means is if you go on the line chart and you see this, then this means that this is a key level. So MSNR key level. Just ignore me drawing the lines a bit skew. And then here is a MSNR key level. So you have the A shape and you have the V shape. Again, like I said, you will not take trades off of these key levels, but what will happen is if you do get a CRT that happens, example like this, you do get a CRT move like this, okay, I was actually supposed to move it a bit down, almost like this. Let me just do it like this. So yeah, example like this, right? So if you identify the MSNR key level on the left and you get something like this, then this is like a high probability trade overall. Why? Because I mean, like, it is high probability, but you can hold your trade for much longer. So usually with CRT, if this is your CRT candle, this is your high, this is your low, then you basically get the entry and you target the low. But if you do get the entry off of a MSNR key level, then you can target much lower levels, right? So I explained to you the A shape and V shape. So on the line chart, you're going to see something like this, right? So if your chart look like this, right, then this means here you have a shape or A form key level. Here you will have a V shape key level. Here you will have a what? V shape key level. Here you will have a shape, So this is how it's going to look. And on the candlestick, after marking it out on the line chart like this, the moment you go to your candlestick chart, then it is going to look something like this, where two candlesticks are basically like this, and then you're going to mark it out either like this, or you're gonna either mark it out like this, depending what it is. If it is a shape, you're gonna mark it like that. You're gonna mark it like this. And if it is a V shape, then you're gonna mark it like this. So what do you want? You want it when the market comes to this key level and you do get a CRT trade from this, then you expect a move to be a bit long. So let me show you with proof and not just show you that I'm not just speaking my own things. If I go to the line chart, all right, what is this? A shape. What is this? V shape. What is this? A shape. What is this? V shape. A shape. A shape. Let me just mark this one out also. Alright. A shape. I mean V shape, right? You can even mark out these ones, but I'm not gonna mark it out. And this is 4-hour time frame, but you can use it on any time frame, right? You see, I marked out all my key levels. Now look what happened. Look what happens when I go back to candlestick. Just like I told you, right? This is how it looks, right? This is how it will look. So this is your MSNR key levels. Example, look at this beautiful one right here. Here you had a key level, and here you had your 3 a.m. 4-hour candle, open, closed. The very next candle came, swept that high, fell in your MSNR key level, and then boom, went towards the downside. So that is your MSNR key levels. How do you use it when a market comes to those areas? It is a high probability trade. So lastly, with regards to the MSNR key levels, is something which is known as an invalidated V shape or A shape. So if you have a shape, example like this, and you have your V shape like this, so this means this is your MSNR key level, and this is your key level. So what happens? I need you to ignore this one right here. Ne? I need you to, okay, let me just do this. Right, then we move towards the right side. Right, so this is your key level, right? So one of two things can happen, actually. Actually, one of a lot of things can happen. Let me change the color for us. Right, if this is your key level, and now you will make notes of this. You will make notes. If this is your key level, this is the A shape, right? Your A shape key level. If the market comes and gives you, let me see if I can, yeah, okay, let me just do this. If the market comes to your A shape key level and it closes like this, so what happens is the moment you get A shape, right, or any shape actually, you want the market to react off of it, right? So you want the market to come to that key level and then reject, right? That is the purpose of what you call it, MSNR key levels, right? So if that doesn't happen, if the market goes like this, then that means there's a possibility of getting a rejection like this towards the upside. My guy, simple terms, it's like support and resistance zones, right? Look at this. Let me explain like this. You have a support comes from below, and then you have a resistance zone. Why? Because the people hating on you, I always refer to my support and resistance zones. The way I remember it is like support comes from the bottom, people supporting you so that you can reach the top. The moment you get to the top, there's always people trying to push you down, right? So that is the purpose of, or that is actually support and resistance zone. So a resistance, right? You have the market going there, boom, this is a resistance zone. Market resist, market, resist. The moment it breaks through and comes back, this is now a support, right? And then pushes up. Likewise, these key levels are exactly the same, right? So again, like I said, if the moment the market comes to these key levels and you get a CRT trade, it's a high probability trade. Example, here you had a V shape, right? Here you had a V shape, and here you had a CRT form, right? In this is a 7 a.m. CRT candle. So this was for me, this would have been a trade for me because most of my trades are in this time in the morning, right? So here I had my 7 a.m. 4-hour candle. What did the very next candle do? Swept it low. Also, it fell on a MSNR key level, giving me a high probability trade, targeting the high, pushing up further, right? So now you have the V shape in the A shape, and you have the invalidated V shape. Now the last thing is something which is known as OCL, also known as open close line, open close. Yeah, you can call it open close level, whatever you want to call it. That is when my pen just fell now. That is basically, it is very simple, bro. When one candle opens and closes like this, and the very next candle opens right here and pushes up, right, then this is your open close key level. So now you all must know this and you must take note of this, right? A bullish candle looks like this, all right? Bullish candle looks like this, right? And a bearish like this. And y'all gonna be telling me like, yeah, you know these things. Yeah, it's true, but you're all gonna get confused, you know. So just to make things much easier, I'm doing this, right? So let me change the color now to, you can't see this one, yellow. Okay, let's make it yellow, right? So a bullish candle looks like this. A bullish candle, it opens here, it opens below, and it closes above. A bullish candle, right? A bearish candle opens above and closes below, right? Do not think that a bullish candle opened here and then closed here. No, this just shows you that once upon a time the market moved till this area and then moved to that area and then closed like this. So these weeks, it shows you that the market was once upon a time there. So this bullish candle, it opened here, it once upon a time pushed towards the side, it once upon a time pushed towards there, and then came and closed like this, right? So this is the opening of a bullish candle, and that is the close of a bullish candle. And for a bearish, opens above, closes below. So when you have an OCL, a open close key level, it will look something like this. So basically a line like this, and this is the same for, or basically whatever I said about the V-shape counts for this one. The market comes to an area like this, you expect it to push up, but if that doesn't happen, something like this might happen. Market can come like this and then boom, you see. So let me show you how it looks. This is how it looks. Yeah, open close, boom, simple. Here you have A shape, boom, simple. Here you have open close, boom, simple. That is how it is. It's simple as that. So your homework is to identify these MSNR key levels. And what do we use the MSNR key levels? We use it to look for a high probability trade, or basically when that happens, we aim for a high probability trade on these key levels. So yeah, that is the MSNR key levels, and that is how we are going to use the MSNR key levels.